So this is your host and your English का दोस्त विनीत कपूर once again live before you. How are you all? तो दोस्तों स्वागत है आपका आज के हमारे स्पेशल सेशन में. जैसे कि मैंने आपको पहले ही बताया था कि we'll have some informal session. We'll talk about it. What are the ways actually to become good speaker? Yeah. So we give you different hacks, different tricks. Okay. But the important thing is implementing those things. So if you are an implementer, if you are an action taker, definitely you will get something out of this session. Otherwise you will enjoy it. I don't want you to enjoy it only. I want you to do something with your life now, and especially talking about English. Are you all ready? So if you are ready, just write down RTG, ready to go, and of course watch this session till the very end if you want to know those hacks. What are these things that I need to do? Okay. So 2022 is round the corner. So I need to gear up. Yeah. So great. So बहुत बढ़िया. Good evening everyone. So we have a lot of people here and I'm going to teach you today what are the 3 ways to speak effective English. Okay. What are the 3 ways to master English speaking? What are 3 ways to start speaking English? So wherever you are, whatever stage of English learning you are, you can take a lot from this session. Please share the session everywhere just now. Okay. And like the session as well. Here we go. Good evening everyone. Good evening to you all. Let me see how many of you are here. Sahinur, Haya, Pooja, Mr. Ram, Amna, Jamal Language, Pooja, Naman, Raju, Pranath, Vikash, and a lot of people out there. Good evening, round the corner. Technology, yes, Jigyasa, good evening. Golam, good evening. Vikash, Christy, Rupa, and a lot of people. Good evening. I'm sorry, I can't call everybody by name, but I hope you take my good evening. Okay, Janat, good evening to you as well. And here we go. Aditya, good evening, and all of you. Yeah. So watch this session till the very end. I'm going to give you some tricks, some things that you need to do to conquer your fear of English speaking. Okay. Now look at these 2 ladies. Okay. So what do you find? What is the difference between the 2? So pictures speak. So what is this picture speaking for you? So are you on stage 1? If I call you that this lady is on stage 1 and this is maybe stage 2 and somewhere between is stage 3. So where you are in your journey of English? You are on stage 1, stage 2 or stage 3? First of all tell me this and then I'll tell you how to move from stage 1 to stage 2 or 3 to 2. Okay. So wherever you are in your English speaking journey, give me the answer now in the chat box. 1, 2, 3. By the way, I can guess the answer what you would write here. So let me see whether you prove me right or prove me wrong. Yeah. Good evening Rajnikant. Rajnikant, you missed the meeting today. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Vikash. Akash, good evening. Yeah, Pooja, great. Yeah, Rajnikant, you missed the Zoom session today. We had a Zoom session in our paid class. You really missed it. Okay, many of you. And you missed it forever. Okay. Very good, Jigyasa. So when you say somewhere close to stage 2, so that means you are on stage 3. So someone close to stage 2, अगर आप इसको भी क्रॉस कर गए तो यहाँ पर भी क्लोज हो सकता है. So I don't know where you are, but if you say कि okay, I'll say you are on 2 or you're very much ahead in 3. Okay, so we can say it like this. Hello Chirag, hello, good evening everyone. Good evening Sangeeta and everyone else. Yes. Yeah, please join our Telegram group as well. We have just given you the link in the chat box and we are going to pin it as well. If you want the content, please write. Yeah, please join it now. Good evening, Ayan. Good evening. I was forgetting. I forgot. Yeah. Between 2 and 3. Chalo bhai, shuru karte hain. Let's start. Okay. Let's start. Yes, you are somewhere between 2 and 3. Yeah, great. So I should have given one more, that is 4. Okay. Great. बहुत बढ़िया में आंसर आ गए हैं 1 and 3. Okay. Good evening, Dheeraj. Yeah, Chirag, don't ask me to speak your name. Okay. वो उससे कुछ नहीं होगा. आप सारा के सारा ध्यान यहाँ लगाइए. चलिए तो शुरू करते हैं हम आज की प्रेजेंटेशन And before I begin, let me give you something, a wonderful, wonderful quote by Jack Canfield. And he said, everything you want is on the other side of fear. If you were like talking about this lady being fearful, everything is on the other side of fear. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to cross that barrier. If this is the barrier, and you fear this barrier that is stopping you, there is something that is stopping you. So every time you try to go and come back, this is your barrier of fear. And you need to cross that. And there's only one way to do that. What is that way? No problem, Anjali, no problem. Good evening, Afreen and everyone else. Okay. Yeah. What is that one way? And that one way is you keep trying. You know, I told in one of my presentations as well, the rivers, they don't make their way through mountains just because they are powerful. No, but because they are consistent. They keep going on the same way again and again, and then somehow they make the way even through mountains. So if this is the mountain of fear that you need to cross, if this is the mountain you need to climb, you have to try every time. You will fail. And who has not failed? Who is the greatest mountain climber in the world? Tell me. Who is the greatest one? कौन सा है जिसका नाम हम बार बार लेते हैं? और क्यों लेते हैं हम उनका नाम? Okay, who is that? Yes. Who is that mountain? Who is that person that we always remember as the greatest climber the world has produced? Is none other than Edmund Hillary. And you know what? Edmund Hillary failed in his attempt to conquer Everest. Yeah, to climb there. And then he said, when he came back first time, he said, Mount Everest, I'll come again and conquer you, because as a mountain you cannot grow, but as a person I can. Now the whole thing actually in our philosophy, if you look at it, there's nothing to conquer. Okay, they are already conquered, they are much bigger than us. But if you look at the hidden meaning, in his words, what he wanted to say was, I have scope of growth. And I have a scope of growth much bigger than the things around me. Or I have a scope of growth where I can grow even much bigger than my fear. So if you can grow much bigger than your fear, you can overcome it. Yeah, Tenzing was another one. Edmund Hillary and Tenzing. Yes. Yeah. Okay, so the previous slide, this slide that you mean. Yeah. So if you want, so this is if you want to take a screenshot, you can take the screenshot, but this is what I say, everything you want is on the other side of fear. Okay. So अगर आप अपने, जिसको अब हम जैक कैनफील्ड की उस कोट को ही उस ब्रांड ने इस्तेमाल किया, ब्रांड ने क्या कहा? डर के आगे जीत है. And this is what it says, डर के आगे जीत है. So this is how brands actually even use quotes. Okay. और ये बात सही है, आपके जो फियर है उसी के आगे जीत है. Yeah. So let's go there. And if you are somebody like him, look at his facial expression, look at, how does this person look like? ये आपको कैसे नजर आ रहे हैं? क्या चीज है इनमें जो आपको लग रहा है कि इनके अंदर है, and that is stopping you, that is stopping him, sorry. Yeah, what is that one thing? Yes, absolutely right, Mr. Madhav. Yeah, so we have started getting responses. Absolutely right. Okay, he's not angry. He's not angry. He's nervous. And this is what happens with most of the people. They are nervous. Okay. And this is what Nelson Mandela said. He said, the brave man is not he who does not feel afraid. If he feels afraid, if he feels nervous, that's fine. That's with us. If I do something for the first time, I'll have the same butterflies in my stomach. I'll have the same nervousness. So there's nothing wrong with that. What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. So the wrong thing is what he has written. Okay. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. So if you are ready to conquer that fear, if you are ready to climb your own Everest, then I'm here to help you out. Okay, I'm ready to be your Tenzing. Good evening, Simi. Good evening. Yes. Hesitant climate player. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So this is what I have got for you. 3 ways to speak English. Okay. So मैं क्या करूंगा, आपको कुछ एक चीजें दूंगा, 3 चीजें यहां पर आपको 4 दिखाई दे रही हैं, लेकिन ये 3 चीजें कुछ हो रहे हैं और ये कुछ हो रहा है. Okay. So the first point that you need to have is this. Okay, that's your first point. Start the process. If you cannot, I'll speak about start the process as we go along. So let me tell you what I'm going to discuss. The second point that we have is this. Then set a goal. That's very, very important. Okay, and the third is this. Keep yourself in action mode. That's the most important part. So these are the 3 things that you need to do to learn English speaking. Okay, so you need to start the process now. Okay, you need to set a goal. And when you say start the process, because you are already here, you perhaps have somewhere started the process. But now you have to make it more structured. Now you have to make it more consistent. Now you have to make your efforts more disciplined. And if you can do that, then only I'll say you have started the process. So if you say, sir, I am on your channel for so many years and I have done this, I have done that, still you have not started the process because you are not disciplined. If you are not disciplined, you have not started the process. I'll talk more about it as we go along. And the second, how to set a goal, what you need to do, set a goal. And then I'll talk about keep yourself in action mode. But the fourth is most important. And this is what we do here. This is what we do. Enjoy the process. So you need to enjoy the process while you do this. Don't take any kind of burden on you. Don't burden yourself. Okay, good evening Ashok, good evening. And good evening everyone. Those who are here for the first time, I would request you please subscribe the channel and click the bell icon. If you want to learn English, this is the channel where we go live every day 6 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. Okay, so you can come there. So let's find out what do we have for you here. Okay, so ये बिल्कुल सही समय पर आया. जो लोग पहली बार आए हैं, याद रखिए 6 बजे और 9:30 बजे हम लाइव जाते हैं, तो जरूर आइए. इस दौरान हम आपको न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ाते हैं या ग्रामर का सेशन करते हैं और इस समय हम आपको स्पोकन इंग्लिश या उसके कुछ हैक्स या ट्रिक्स देते हैं जो हम आज दे रहे हैं. ये हमारा पूरा सोशल मीडिया पेज है. इसकी एक स्क्रीनशॉट ले लीजिए और टेलीग्राम ग्रुप को जरूर ज्वाइन कर लीजिएगा. हमने उसको पिन भी कर दिया वहां पर. और हमारा इंस्टाग्राम का मेरा हैंडल है विनिट विद विनित. वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. आई गिव यू अ लॉट ऑफ कंटेंट देयर, सो प्लीज फॉलो मी ऑन इंस्टाग्राम. व्हाट्सएप नंबर उनके लिए है जिनको कोर्स के बारे में डिटेल चाहिए. सो यू कैन आस्क अबाउट कोर्सेज ऑन व्हाट्सएप. 9648396483 इज द नंबर. चलो अब बढ़ते हैं आगे. This is most important. So when talking about enjoying the process, the last point, if you are not doing this, if you're not enjoying it, then definitely you're missing the fun out of learning. You're missing the fun. And this is I've got for you. Don't let your fear of failing triumph over the joy of participating. So when you participate, when you come here, what do? You fail. When you commit mistakes, when we do session on error finding, when we ask you the vocab, when we conduct the quiz here, you fail, but you enjoy and you learn. So your fear of failure gets subdued, gets depressed, is gone because of your love and joy of participating. So what is more important, joy of participation or fear of failure? Tell me. So if it is joy of participation, write J-O-P. If it is fear of failure, F-O-F. What is more important? J-O-P, F-O-F. Write down in the chat box, write down right here. What is more important for all of us in life also? In life also. Okay, and then I'll come to the first process. How can you start the process? But this is the first thing you need to have. You need to be man like him. You need to enjoy it. Okay, so and you don't need to be a successful person to do this. Have you seen people actually in marriage parties in India? The way they dance, everybody enjoys it. And people make fun of him, but he enjoys it the most. He say, to hell with everyone. Let the word wag. I'm going to have the dance of my life. So he does bhangra, he does nagin, he does everything, but he enjoys. Yes or no? Write down, yes or no? Absolutely right. Joy, yes. Joy of participation is much more than fear of failure. So the first thing you need to get out of your mind is, I always say that there are certain quotes inside who are telling you something. Okay. And I'll help you clear that, but we do a lot. We have started doing it a lot in our paid courses. Actually, I just before that I had a Zoom session with my students, and where one of the students, actually I'm not very sure if she's here or not, but she says, I want to get my book published, and there's something that is stopping me. Okay, so there was nothing. So like she was naming certain things, this, and then I have to come out with a story that yes, these are the challenges. But the important thing is what? You need to control that code in your mind which stops you from doing things. There's nothing outside. There's nothing outside. There's no challenge outside. The only challenge is here. There's a code, and there are codes, different codes in your mind which stop you, which talk to you and tell you, okay, look fella, that's not meant for you. This book, you don't deserve this book. And you say, okay, I'm sorry if I haven't thought about it. Okay, no, you don't deserve to be an English communicator. Oh, I'm sorry, my God. And that I've been saying to the world that I don't deserve it. It's not you, it's your code. You need to control those codes. And you can only control if you enjoy the process like him. Do you get my point? If you got my point, write down. If you got my point, write down, got the point. Write down, got the point, and we go forward. Okay. So please enjoy it here for next 40 minutes. Next 40 minutes, be with me and enjoy the process. So the first thing is starting the process. How to start the process? How to start the process? Okay. So for everything, I'm going to tell you 4 points. Please write down somewhere. And my request to all of you is, please don't even if you don't want to write down, don't write down, but please do something. Take actions. That's more important. Okay. Yeah, but at least this is the action that you can take right now. First, start thinking about learning English. And when I say start thinking, I don't want you to start thinking in this way. Like, I want to be an English speaker. Okay, I'm not able to be that. So when you know, that's not the right thinking approach. Right thinking approach is what? When you want to do something and everybody wants. When you want to do something, you just think it aloud. Okay, you just say, okay, I want to get admission in a particular college. That's how you start. Okay, I've done my 12th and now I want to do it. Now, much before completing your 12th, you start thinking about that. Now, when you start thinking about it, suppose you want to be an engineer. Okay, after 12th. So, do you start thinking about becoming an engineer after getting your mark sheet of 12th? Or after getting your certificate? Or after writing your exams? No. You start much earlier. You start looking at the colleges that you want to target. You start thinking about those colleges. You start thinking about your own eligibility criteria. You start thinking about what I need to get after 6 months to be there. And you start preparing. So when I say start thinking, I mean thinking like you think for your degrees of graduation or what you need to do. So most of the people don't do it this way with the skills here in India or in anywhere. Yeah, in some countries they really give a lot of emphasis on skills. We don't give, unfortunately. I believe we need to give. We need to give. So start thinking wherever you are. Start thinking ahead. What are the few things I need to do to learn to get to this college? So like suppose most of the people they say, and I still get a request for that. Sir, I've got my interview next month. What can I do? Sir, which videos to watch? I said, you've got your interview next month. You're telling me like this, sir, I've got my 12th exam next month. So what can I do, sir? How can you help me? I said, 12th next month, and you're asking me to help you? I'm sorry, I can't. But we think the skills are easier to take. And just before 1 month, you're telling me, I want to clear this particular interview and want to get selected. Will you be selected? Will you clear the interview? Heck no. The chances are no. You won't. Simply because you did not think sincerely about it. It was by the luck that you got an interview letter. Now they are calling you and saying, okay, I'll go. And let me test myself. Let me check my luck and all that kind of stuff. You will never get there. Believe me, friends. You'll never get there this way. You have to start thinking seriously. Are you getting my point? Are you getting my point? Good evening, Gurdeep ji. Good evening. Yes. So the first is start thinking about it in a very, very sincere way. Okay. And the second thing is most important part. I keep repeating it. Make an accountable partner. Who is your accountable partner? So who is an accountable partner? An accountable partner is when you decide an action plan, when you decide, okay, I'm going to learn English, I need a partner. Now this partner can be your offline partner, your friend, your brother, your sister, your mother, and you tell them and you commit everything that you want to that particular person who is your accountable partner. Okay, look, I am now ready to learn English. I'm not saying I'm going to be an English speaker, an extraordinary English speaker in 6 months. No, I'm saying I'm ready to learn English. Let's see what I can do. So you better keep a watch on me. You keep tabs on me, whether I'm going in the right direction or not. So this person will ask, like suppose we do with our kids also. We don't tease them. But we ask, how your studies going on? How's your physics? Have you done all the chapters? When is your exam? And that's the job of an accountable partner. That's the only job of an accountable partner. So find an accountable partner for yourself. It can be your sister, your brother. Good if there is somebody in the family. He will guide you also if he is senior to you. Or at least he should ask questions. And give him freedom to ask questions. Give him freedom to ask questions. Did you get my point? Great. Yes. The next, let's go to the next one. Tell him what you intend to do. That's very, very important. Find him and then tell him. So what you can do is, you can also get a partner with whom you can talk in English, you can practice in English. That will be the best thing. So if you have got somebody online, we are going to do now in our paid courses, like we'll give people an accountable partner. So they'll get their APs. Okay. So who is my AP? Who is my accountable partner? I need to get there. And then they'll help each other. Okay. And that's what we are going to, this is how we are going to build the communities. So at least you can do it. I can't control all of you. I can at least control them. So I'll definitely be controlling them now. And this is one of my goals that I've taken. So I'll control their goals, their achievements, and I'll make sure that they achieve it. They achieve it in life. You can do it for yourself. Okay. For example, for last 10 days, okay, I started doing it now. I'm after them to set their goals for 2022. You can do it for yourself. So, for you, I can only tell you, but I can't follow you because it's a huge number. I wish I could. And one day maybe that we can. But right now what I can do, the people who are with me, they are attached to me, I'm following them very closely. I'll take that goal from them, then only I'll release them. And I'll not release them. Then I'll say, okay, now you need to do this. Okay, you want to publish a book? What is your goal? What do you want to do? How will you achieve that? What are the action points that you're taking? Where have you reached? Why have you not done that? That's the job of an accountable partner. But you need to tell it to me. I'm not talking about you, but them. So same way you can get an accountable partner. Is that fine? Great. So tell them what you intend to do and then agree on an action plan. That's very, very important. So if you have an accountable partner, okay, if you have an accountable partner who can be with you in this journey, nothing like this, nothing like this. So it can be your friend. So choose a friend who wants to speak English. Choose a friend and say, okay, we are accountable partner. Now I am your accountable partner, you are my accountable partner. We're going to talk about it. So this is the action plan that I've got. What is your action plan? And then reach to a common action plan and start working. Start working in your journey. Is that fine? If you could get what I told you about starting the process, that's only the first part of it. But you need to do it immediately. Are you ready to do it? So if you are ready to do, write down RTD. Write down RTD. Yeah, Gurdeep ji, you've got 5 partners and you've got some wonderful partners. Very good, Jannat. She has. Yeah. So write down RTD, ready to do. Manish, if you are new, no problem at all. You can be with us every evening 6 p.m. and every night at 9:30 p.m. and you will learn English. But right now I am doing a session where you need to start this. You need to start this immediately. Okay, write down RTD if you are ready. Yeah, great. Okay, so sometimes what happens is even if you find a community, if you make a group, I have been talking about building a community, but you know, one thing that people don't do in life, one thing that they do a lot is wishing. The one thing that they don't do at all is taking action. They take decision also sometimes, they don't take action. And any goal without action is only wishful thinking. Remember this, you will not go far. If you are not a man of action, you will not go far. Or for that matter, woman of action, girl of action, you will not go far. So be a man of action. So once you have done this, you agree on an action plan. Okay, both of us are going to do this. Like we have got our accountable partner in our meetings and all that. So like Gurdeep ji was talking about it, I've got 5 accountable partners. So that means these 5 ladies are the member of the same group. So they meet and they talk daily. So like what happens if Gurdeep ji does not come, so they'll ask, where are you? Where were you? And Gurdeep ji will have to explain, okay, I was down with, there was some health issue, I could not come and all that kind of stuff. At least they have somebody actually who can ask questions. Who can ask questions, even if I'm not there in that group. Does not matter. So you're mature enough actually to find your own accountable partner. Found your own accountable partner. Is that fine? Good evening, Ajay. Good evening. Yeah, great. Chalo, ab chalte hain aage. So the second point I was talking about this. I would request you all, and I can't emphasize upon it more. This is by far the most important thing for all of you. Setting a goal. I'll do a separate session maybe someday about how to set a goals and all that. But most of the time, and we had a session actually in our paid group only half an hour back. In fact, आज वो बड़ा लंबा चला, लगभग 1.5 घंटे का हो गया सेशन, और 7:30 से 8:30 का था, और वो हमने शायद ख़त्म ही 9:05 किया. It was such a wonderful session for me as well. I shared certain stories and talk about things like how you and why you should have goals. So I can't have you all this stuff here once again, but the point I want to make it to you is, if you are, and this is what we started with, if you are without your goals, it's like you're playing football without goal posts. You're playing football, but there is no goal post. And if you keep doing it in life, throughout your life, you'll not reach anywhere. You'll not reach anywhere. And that's my sincere advice to all of you is, in Chinese there is a saying, you don't bathe in the same river twice. You don't bathe in the same water twice. Because once the water is passed and again you go, you're not the same you. And the water is not the same water. It's the new water. So the yesterday that you wasted is gone. And most of the time we talk in terms of tomorrows. Nike came out with a huge billboard, and he, not in India but abroad, and he made it right here. Yesterday you said tomorrow. So every yesterday you said tomorrow. Every yesterday you said tomorrow. You did not take action. You did not take decision. And if you are still doing it, so that means you are missing it. So don't miss on it. Okay, everyone out there, set your goals. Neelam, good evening. Yeah, is it clear? So if it is clear, write CC here. Why I am, and what he'll do, I'll tell you. But that's only to like emphasize upon one point, that why should you set a goal? And when you set a goal, fix a deadline as well. You need to tell me, okay, I'm going to be a speaker of English by this date, finish. Okay, and then every day you have to do certain things. I'll tell you what you need to do it. Okay, now what you can do, like you have this goal, okay, you are standing here. So initially I said, okay, choose where you stand. Number 1, number 2 and number 3. I gave you 3 points, different points, wherever you are. So suppose you are at point 1 and you want to go to point 2, suppose. Or you are somewhere in between. Somebody said, I am on point 3 or I am somewhere there. So wherever you are, you choose a deadline, and decide what date would you reach here, this position. This is your goal. So like when you are given a football, even in a football match, you are told that you have got this many minutes. In a hockey match, you get this different minutes. When you play cricket, there are different formats. You have to score runs in 20 hours or in 50 hours. So अगर आप 50 overs में नहीं करोगे, you are out. The game is over. You lose. The same here. And then you divide it into different milestones. So my first milestone, first month will be this, 2 months will be this, 3 months will be this, and it should be achievable and measurable. You can have your own standards, but it should be measurable. Is it clear? Yeah. Is it clear? It should be measurable. So your goals have to be very smart goals. We'll talk about goals some other time, but right now be with me, divide it into smaller milestone. And the third thing is, write it somewhere. So goals which are written, the chances are they are being done. The goals which are not written, the chances are, 80% chances are you'll never achieve it. Unwritten goals are not achieved most of the time. Okay, these are unwritten goals. Unwritten goals are visual thinking. Yeah, for me, unwritten goals are visual thinking. Great. Okay, so let's move forward. Let's find out what do we have more. Okay, and then very important is keeping a track. So most of the time, like 2022 is coming. So what will happen on 1st January? Tell me. The whole world, what will happen on 1st January? What is one thing that happens on 1st of Jan every year? Everybody please give the answer. Yeah, if you are aware, if you know what is happening around, you should write it down what happens. And it has happened with you also, it happened with me also. Okay. Tell me what happens. Fast. Come on, I am waiting for you. I am waiting for you all. Very good. So उसको क्या कहते हैं जो आप 1 जनवरी को करते हो? आप क्या सेट करते हो 1 जनवरी को? उसको क्या बोलते हैं और आप फिर करोगे? यस, यही चाह रहा था मैं. दुनिया भर में बात हो रही होगी resolution, a lot of planning, your to-do list. Okay, but that to-do list, that resolution doesn't stay for more than maybe a week, max a month, if not a fortnight. But generally it is over by the end of the January. Take it from me. So this time, don't do it on 1st of January. The first thing, test yourself before it. Make it on 15th of December. And say, okay, I'll start doing it from now. So that 1st January is irrelevant. So like for example, if players, they have to play a match like in New Zealand or in Australia on 30th of April. Will they reach Australia on 29th or 28th or 27th? So when will they reach? When will they plan? When will they reach? And why? Tell me why. ऐसा क्यों होता है? Yeah, they make new list. Okay, Krishna is saying please get aside. So I'll get aside. You can take a screenshot. Okay. Yeah. So my question is ki why is it so that they go there much earlier? Okay, why is it so? And the reason for that, let me tell you the reason, because they want to get acclimatized. They want to get acclimatized to the situation, to the like maybe that they have a different climate there. So they get acclimatized to climate. They get acclimatized to the condition and to pitches also. They play some practice match. So same way, if you are going in 2022, you need to play some practice matches here. You need to practice something. You need to get the feel of the pitch that you are going to get into in 2022. So for that, you need to start now. Don't wait for 2022. Okay, start now. And then of course, keep a record of your progress. How are you doing? So suppose you are here and you said, this is my goal and I divided it into 4 parts. Okay, then am I there? Agar nahi, what is lacking? So I need to, it's like you are going to Delhi. You have an interview tomorrow. And you are in a train. An early morning, you get up in the train, you have to reach there, say by 2 p.m. in the interview room. And you get up, may not be early morning, you get up in the train at 8 a.m. Has it happened with anyone? It happened with me once. So I got up, actually I was in a train. I was supposed to come to Lucknow actually. I was traveling from my hometown, Saharanpur. So I got up in the morning and I had a doctor with me as well. I still remember. And so as I got up, I said, where is the train? And the train was stopped actually somewhere in the field. So there was a station nearby, very close. There was a station, but it was some like outer, how we say it in India. So it was standing on the outer. I said, what happened? What is the time? He said, the time is this. Where are we? Yeah, here? We were supposed to reach Lucknow after 1 hour and we are not even halfway through. So he said, sir, कल रात में गाड़ी का इंजन फेल हो गया. अभी सुबह नया इंजन आएगा. I'm talking about long time back actually. I'm telling you a story 20 years back. I said, what man? And I just woke him up, the doctor. Okay, because it was not a station. So there was no noise there and we were sleeping, it was AC compartment. And in AC compartment, you usually don't get to know what is happening. In 3tier, you get to know because people are moving around. You get to know. Okay. So what happened? Everybody was sleeping. But then as we get to know that, okay, there's something which has happened and it has spoiled all our plan. So we need to do something now. And me and this doctor, actually both of us were supposed to be here, I for the meeting and this doctor for some like he had some date in the court that he wanted to reach the court anyhow before a particular time. So I said, what do we do now? He said, okay, get up, let's get our luggage and go to the nearest station. You won't believe we walked to the nearest station. It was outer actually, we had to walk there. And then we got a taxi from that place to some other station and got another train for Lucknow. And this is what happens when you lose track and something happens in between. So you don't have to like regret it when you finish your 2022. So keep track of your journey. Where are you going? What are you doing? Okay, is it fine? Does it make sense? If it makes sense, write down makes sense. Write down makes sense. So if it makes sense, write down makes sense. It makes sense to you. Yes, write down. Great. So I am not saying that your engine will fail. What I am saying is that in case there is some problem, you definitely make sense. That's great. Definitely you should take some action and then keep yourself in action mode. So to keep yourself in action mode all the time. So the first thing you need to do is write actions that you will take. राइट डाउन द एक्शन दैट यू टू टेक टू रीच देयर. आपने क्या क्या करना है अपनी जर्नी में, और उसकी एक लिस्ट बनाइए. जैसे आई डेली टॉक, आई कलेक्ट वर्ड्स, आई मेक एन अकाउंटेबल पार्टनर, विल मीट मे बी थ्राइस अ वीक or whatever. So whatever your action points are, you need to write that and involve your accountable partner in this. आप उसके साथ बैठकर प्लानिंग करिए कि देखो हमें ये करना पड़ेगा, and let's do it, let's begin it now. Okay, so you need to do that. So involve your accountable partner, and the third is keep track of your achievements and enjoy it. So there I was saying keep track of your what do you call journey, but here achievements and enjoy it. What are your milestones? Have you achieved the first milestone? Have you achieved the second milestone? Okay, like your first milestone was that I'm able to talk in English on basic topics, like I can talk on education, I can talk on myself, my family, my town, my city, my friend, these things I can talk. Now what is the second milestone? My second milestone is talking long. Go for it. Okay, so keep track of your milestones, that's very very important. And the third is grow the community. That's again I keep emphasizing upon it. You see, the community helps always. Community helps you grow. If you grow your community, you grow. Community grows and you grow. So once you have one accountability partner, so you can ask him, can we include another person? Make it 2, make it 3, sorry. Then make it 4, make it 5, and keep growing it. Help the community, hold their hands and say, okay, I'm gonna help you. So like what I did was, I have told you earlier also, I've grown different kinds of community at different intervals of my life. And they all have helped. They all have helped me. I did a session on community as well, if you remember it. Okay, like this session, we did it on community building. So if you have not watched that video, watch it, how to grow the community. So you have to, and every community member then is an accountable partner for you. Is an accountable partner. Do you get my point? So that's what you need to do. That's what you need to achieve. You need to grow the community if you want to do it. So these are few of the things that you need to do. Okay. And this is what you need to think always. I'm extremely, extremely talented, and you all are. So just be you and you are good to go. So most of the time, we either undersell ourselves or undervalue ourselves. You need to believe that I've got something in me, and you need to be that. So if you are that, and you believe that, that's very, very important. You're good to go. It's not a rocket science actually to learn English. Anybody can do that. The only thing is, what stops us from learning English? What stops us from learning English? Me. I stop myself from learning English. I stop myself from doing things. I stop myself from... So you need to say, no more now. I'm super talented. And I'm not undersell myself. I'll not undersell myself. Do you get my point? Do you get my point? Yes? If you got my point, yeah, if you got my point, write down, got your points. Okay. Yeah. Please don't chat here, okay? Don't chat in the chat box. It's not allowed here. So don't chat with anyone. Just be here. So if you think it is of some value to you, stay here. Otherwise, anyways, okay, you can take your decision. Yeah, got your point? Great. Got my point. Chalo, आगे बढ़ते हैं हम. Okay. And that's very, very important. Now, this is by Les Brown. Okay. A wonderful author, a speaker. I mean, if you talk about motivational speaker, he's there top in the list. And he said once, too many of us are not living our dreams because we are living our fears. And in life, you can do either of these two things. I started with it. There are two things that I say you need to choose: joy of participation or fear of failures. I said that, and you say ki joy of participation is much more important than fear of failures. So first of all, thank you so much that you stayed here for so long and you had the joy of participation with me as well. But next thing I want you to understand and commit to yourself is this: don't live your fears, live your dreams. Live your dreams. It's like cutting a part of you when you live your fear, when you say, I can't do this, when you say, no, that's not meant for me, when you say that I come from that background and that constraint and that fear, you're living your fears. I want you to talk more about your dreams in 2022. I want you to talk about, okay, so as a person I've reached here, I need to go to level next. In 2022, I'll do that. In 2022, I'll achieve that. You're talking more in terms of your dreams. When you talk about fears, you talk about past. Or you talk about some unimaginary fear. And that fear actually is nonsense, unimaginary. ये बिल्कुल ऐसे ही है, बच्चों को जब डराया जाता था, छोटे छोटे होते थे, बेटा ये कर लो वरना भूत आ जाएगा. आप अपने आप को भी अभी बच्चा बना के रखे हो, बेटा तुम ये करोगे तो भूत आ जाएगा, तुम ये करोगे तो ऐसे फेल हो जाएगा. Do you understand? Do you get my point? And that you need to say, okay, yes. तो अब जल्दी से लिखो, what will you do in 2022? Will you live your dreams or live your fears? Write down there. Write down, I will live my dreams. Everyone, I want this sentence. In 2022, I will live my dreams. Write down in the chat box now. I want each one of you to respond to this. Write it somewhere on a piece of paper and speak it aloud, okay, as a daily commitment to yourself. I will live my dreams in 2022. Don't even say this, I will not live my fears. Forget about fears. There is nothing called fear. There's nothing called fear. There's nothing called failure. Okay, it's all psychological. Fear is psychological. Fear is not a thing. Can you show me the fear? Okay, what is the shape of fear? You feel it. What is the shape of joy? You feel it. So it's your feeling. So something which is your feeling, you can create it, even if it is not there. So you create your fears. You create your fears. We do the same on social media, outside, and a lot of parties do it. They create fear. They create fear. What if everybody starts creating joy? Wow. Create joy in your life. Have that feeling of joy, not feeling of failure, feeling of fear. I will live my dreams in 2022. Everybody, please, everybody. Live in my dream nahi, I will live my dreams in 2022. Yeah. I am just write positive things. I will live my dreams. वो हटा भी सकते हो, not fears and failures. I will live my dreams in 2022. आदित्य, I will leave नहीं, live and 2022. Okay. Yeah. Very good. Everybody. I hope everybody has written that and you have committed it. Now write it on a piece of paper. Write down in a piece of paper when this session ends. And my request is, in the chat box, all of you, please write down, I will live my dreams in 2022. And my dream is this. Even if you can commit there in the chat box, it will be great. Commit it to somebody. So that chat box is maybe your accountability partner for that moment. But commit it. I will live my dreams in 2020. Write down in the chat box, not here. Once the video ends, in the comment section. So you need to do that simply because you will commit yourself to it. And once you are committed to it, once it is written, the chances of you achieving it becomes much, much higher, more than 50%. Even by a small action, that is by committing yourself to it, by writing it somewhere, you can increase the chances. The problem is people don't want to be successful. I take it this way, because they can't do a simple action of writing it somewhere. Yeah? Great. Okay, so just a break, I'm sorry. 6 p.m, 9:30 p.m, every day, every night, those who are new. So please meet us at 6 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. every day. And this is our social media card. Take a screenshot of it. अभी हम आगे भी आपको कुछ बताना है. Okay, टेलीग्राम नोट कर लीजिए, लर्न इंग्लिश विद जीटा, हमने नीचे पिन भी कर दिया. और प्लीज फॉलो मी ऑन इंस्टाग्राम, विनिट विद विनित के नाम से. Where we give you some excellent stuff. And if you want to get our courses, paid courses, आप हमें 9643 पर बस लिख कर भेज दीजिए कोर्स डिटेल्स एंड विल सेंड यू द कोर्स डिटेल. वेरी गुड. लोग अभी भी लिख रहे हैं. एंड दिस इज योर स्टेज इन 2022. What do you want to show on this stage? Okay, and the fact is actually the important thing, the most important thing first of all is, do you really want to show something in 2022? Do you want to show your talent? Do you want to show your skills? Do you want to show to the world that I exist? Even this, if you say ki yes, I exist, so that means there is some meaning to your existence. Otherwise, you're living like a vegetable. We don't remember vegetables. We remember their names only as a common thing. Because they don't exist. Don't live like a vegetable. And if you are not showing your talent, and mind it, everybody has got some skill, some talent. The only thing is, you are afraid, you live your fear of failure. You live your fear of maybe word not accepting me. You live your fear of rejection. I don't want you to do that in 2022 anymore. Wherever stage you are in or you are at, please don't live your fears. And this is what I have for you all. Okay? If you don't showcase your talent, it will be hidden forever. If you want to showcase your talent, if you want to show it to the world that yes, I exist, do something miraculous in 2022. And we are always there actually to help you out. The only thing is we just can't guide you from outside, but yes, we have a lot of people actually who are inside our courses, and I made this mission in this particular 2022. I'm going to transform some lives, and I'm not going to pick and choose. No, I'll see people who respond to my calls. I'll see to it people who respond to my calls. I'm going to help. I'm going to make myself available to them. Okay, but the important thing is, it's important that you are a good receiver for me to be a good giver. Yeah, and if you are a good receiver, at least you can listen to my piece of advice that I've just given to you. What do you live? Okay, the choice is all yours. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the session. We'll keep conducting these kind of sessions in future as well. But the important thing is, these sessions look good, but they stay there only as long as you think about them. By the time you have some other session or some other thing to do in your life, some other task to perform, they are over. So it is like out of sight, out of mind. So what you need to do, please write it down somewhere, whatever points you have learned. And then the second point is implement them. So whatever 3 points that I have told you, and 4, and the most important thing is the 4th one, enjoy the process. I hope you enjoyed the session. I enjoyed the session as well, and I'm enjoying the process. Showcase means show karna. Okay. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. And I'm sure, yeah, great Azhar. I'm sure each one of us can live our dreams. I'm 100% sure. It is much easier to live our dreams than to live our fears. I'll give you something great. Okay. So thank you so much. So for now, this is all from your host and your English ka dost, Vinit Kapoor, signing off. Let's win it with Vinit. Bye-bye.